Welcome, devoted fans of TV Days Drama Digest, to another electrifying chapter in the saga of Days of Our Lives. The hallowed halls of the DiMera mansion, long a crucible for secrets, betrayals, and high-stakes confrontations, are once again the stage for a revelation that threatens to upend the fragile alliances of Salem. Today, we dive into a storyline that pulses with intrigue, as young Rachel Black delivers a bombshell to her mother, Kristen DiMera, that could unravel the very fabric of the DiMera dynasty. Brace yourselves, dear readers, for a tale of deception, ambition, and the dark undercurrents of family loyalty. Picture this: the opulent DiMera living room, its walls adorned with portraits of the family's storied past, each face a silent witness to the chaos unfolding below. The air is thick with tension, the kind that precedes a storm. Kristen DiMera, the quintessential femme fatale, reclines on a velvet chaise, her sharp eyes glinting with the predatory instinct that has made her both feared and revered in Salem. Across from her sits her daughter, Rachel, a child whose innocent exterior belies a mind that may be far more cunning than anyone suspects. The fire in the hearth crackles, casting flickering shadows that seem to dance with the weight of the secrets about to be spilled. Rachel's confession, a night of violence. The scene opens with Rachel, her wide eyes brimming with a mixture of fear and determination, clutching a stuffed bear as if it were her anchor in a sea of turmoil. Kristen, ever the attentive mother when it suits her, senses the gravity of the moment. "What is it, sweetheart?" she coaxes, her voice a silken thread laced with curiosity. Rachel hesitates, her small fingers tightening around the bear, before she utters words that send a jolt through the room. "Mommy, the night Uncle EJ was shot, Johnny was there." The revelation lands like a thunderclap. Kristen's carefully curated composure falters, her lips parting as her mind races to process the implications. EJ DiMera, the patriarch whose iron grip on the family empire has been shaken by a near-fatal shooting, is at the heart of this mystery. The bullet that tore through him in the dead of night left Salem reeling, with whispers of betrayal and revenge swirling like vultures. But Johnny, EJ's own son, present at the scene? This is no mere coincidence. It's a spark that could ignite a conflagration. Rachel's voice trembles as she continues, her words painting a vivid picture of that fateful night. She describes a heated argument between Johnny and EJ, their voices rising in a crescendo of anger that echoed through the mansion's corridors. "Johnny had a gun, Mommy," Rachel whispers, her eyes darting nervously as if she fears the walls themselves might betray her. "They were fighting, and then there was a shot." The simplicity of her account only amplifies its weight, each word a pebble dropped into the still waters of Kristen's calculating mind, sending ripples of possibility outward. Kristen's machinations, a weapon of blackmail. Kristen DiMera is no stranger to wielding secrets as weapons. Her eyes narrow, a predatory smile curling her lips as she considers the leverage this information could provide. EJ, with his polished suits and imperious demeanor, has always been a formidable adversary, but now he is vulnerable. A son implicated in his father's shooting? The scandal would be catastrophic, not just for EJ, but for the entire DiMera legacy. Kristen's mind whirs with possibilities. Could she use this to bend EJ to her will? Could she force him to cede control of DiMera Enterprises, or perhaps to support her in one of her many schemes to reclaim power in Salem? The potential is intoxicating, and Kristen is nothing if not a woman who thrives on power. But let us pause to consider the broader implications. Kristen is a master manipulator, her every move calculated to advance her own interests. Yet, she is also a mother, and her bond with Rachel, though often strained by her own ruthless ambitions, is a tether that grounds her in moments of chaos. Does she see Rachel's confession as a tool to be exploited, Or is there a flicker of maternal instinct urging her to protect her daughter from the fallout? The duality of Kristen's nature, scheming villainess and devoted mother, adds a layer of complexity to this unfolding drama, making her next move impossible to predict. Rachel's cunning. A child's deception? Now, let us turn our gaze to Rachel herself, the young girl whose words have set this tempest in motion. On the surface, she is the picture of innocence, a child caught in the crossfire of her family's machinations, her wide eyes and soft voice disarming even the most hardened cynics. But Days of Our Lives has taught us time and again that appearances in Salem are rarely what they seem. Could Rachel, barely a teenager, be orchestrating a scheme so audacious it defies belief? The whispers among fans have grown louder, speculating that Rachel herself may have pulled the trigger that night, and this confession is a carefully laid trap to shift suspicion onto Johnny. The theory is as tantalizing as it is chilling. Imagine Rachel, her small hands trembling as she held the gun, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and resolve. Perhaps she acted out of loyalty to her mother, believing EJ's actions threatened Kristen's place in the family. Or perhaps it was an accident, a moment of childish impulsiveness that spiraled into catastrophe. Whatever the truth, the idea that Rachel is now spinning a narrative to implicate Johnny suggests a level of cunning that would make even Johnny DiMera proud. After all, this is a child raised in the shadow of the DiMera name, where deception is as natural as breathing. Let us paint the scene of that night in our minds. The DiMera mansion, cloaked in darkness, the air heavy with the scent of rain. EJ and Johnny, locked in a bitter dispute, their voices rising until they are shouting, oblivious to the small figure lurking in the shadows. Rachel, perhaps hidden behind a curtain or crouched by the staircase, watches as the argument escalates. Did she stumble upon the gun, left carelessly on a table by one of the mansion's many schemers? Did she act in a moment of panic, or was it a calculated move to protect her mother's interests? The possibilities are endless, and each one adds a new layer of intrigue to this already labyrinthine plot. The web of suspicion. Johnny's role, Johnny DiMera, the young heir to the DiMera legacy, is no stranger to conflict. His relationship with his father has always been fraught, a volatile mix of admiration and rebellion. But to be implicated in EJ's shooting is a blow that could shatter his carefully constructed persona. Johnny is a man who walks a fine line between charm and recklessness, his charisma masking a temper that flares at the slightest provocation. Could he have been driven to such an extreme act? Or is he, like so many in Salem, a pawn in a larger game? The argument Rachel described paints a picture of a son pushed to the edge. Perhaps EJ's relentless pressure to mold Johnny into his image sparked a rebellion that turned deadly. Or perhaps Johnny was protecting someone else, his mother, Sammy, or even Rachel herself. The gun, a gleaming instrument of destruction, could have been a moment of weakness, a lapse in judgment that now threatens to destroy him. Yet, if Rachel's tale is a fabrication, Johnny becomes the unwitting victim of a child's machinations, his reputation hanging by a thread. The stakes for Johnny are astronomical. If Kristen chooses to wield this information against him, his future in Salem could be irrevocably altered. The DiMera family is no stranger to internal warfare, but to be accused of attempting to murder one's own father is a scandal that even the most resilient could not weather unscathed. Johnny's charm and quick wit may not be enough to save him from the court of public opinion, let alone the ruthless machinations of his Aunt Kristen. The fallout. Salem on edge as news of Rachel's revelation spreads. Salem is poised to erupt. The DiMera family, already a powder keg of rivalries and resentments, faces a crisis that could fracture it beyond repair. EJ, recovering from his wounds, will undoubtedly be furious at the accusation against his son, but will he suspect Rachel's involvement? His sharp mind and unyielding ambition make him a formidable opponent, and he will not take kindly to being manipulated, whether by his sister or his niece. Meanwhile, the residents of Salem watch with bated breath, their own lives intertwined with the DiMera drama. Sammy Brady, Johnny's mother, will stop at nothing to protect her son, even if it means going toe-to-toe with Kristen. Chad DiMera, EJ's brother, may see an opportunity to seize control amidst the chaos, while Abigail, ever the voice of reason, could be the key to unraveling the truth. And let us not forget the ever-watchful citizens of Salem, from the Hortons to the Bradys, who know all too well that a DiMera scandal has a way of pulling everyone into its orbit. Speculation and anticipation. What lies ahead? As we await the next episode, the questions pile up like storm clouds on the horizon. Is Rachel the mastermind behind this web of deception, or is she merely a child caught in a game too dangerous for her to comprehend? Will Kristen use her daughter's confession to tighten her grip on the DiMera empire, or will her maternal instincts prevail? And what of Johnny, whose fate hangs in the balance as the truth teeters on the edge of exposure? One thing is certain: in Salem, no secret stays buried for long. The truth about EJ's shooting will come to light, and when it does, the fallout will be nothing short of cataclysmic. Will Rachel's revelation prove to be the spark that sets the DiMera mansion ablaze, or will it be extinguished by the very family it threatens to destroy? Tune in to Days of Our Lives to witness the next chapter in this gripping saga, where every glance, every whisper, and every choice could be the key to salvation or damnation. For now, we leave you with this thought: in a town where loyalty is fleeting and betrayal is a way of life, who can you trust? Rachel's words have set a chain of events in motion that no one, not even Kristen, can fully control. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.